Okay, today we're going to talk about Whiteside set 600, 600. It is an 8-piece set, all with half-inch shanks. There's 4 straight bits and 4 bullnose bits. The first one here is a 1061 half-inch shank, 3/8 cutting diameter with a 3/4 cutting length. It's 2-wing, carbide tipped. Might not show up too well because I've left the wax on it. We're sort of torn. Sometimes we think maybe we should take the wax off, because I sent a set to a fella, and I would warn you, whenever you buy a tool with wax on it, don't do like this fella did. He took it and took his knife and cut the wax off. Unfortunately, he ran around the cutting edge. So right down the sharp carbide cutting edge. And he sent them all back and said, hey, these are all got little chips in them. Well, so be very careful when you're taking the wax off. Two things: you don't chip the carbide or ever so slightly dull it, and also don't cut yourself with the carbide. So anyway, the first bit was the 3/8 cutting diameter with 3/4 cutting length. The next one is the 1066, which is just the workhorse of the industry. It's got 1-inch cutting length on it here, and then it's got a 1/2-inch cutting diameter. Very, very popular bit. That's probably the best seller that we have, anyone has for that matter. The next one is a 1076, if I can get my eyes to focus here, 1076. That has a 5/8 cutting diameter. By the way, if you need a bit for undersized plywood, Whiteside also offers undersized plywood bits. This one's got a 1-inch cutting length also, and a 5/8. You can make a 5/8 groove with that. And the last straight bit is a 1084. It's got a 3/4 cutting diameter here, and it's got a 1-inch cutting length. And that's the straight bits. Now we move into the bullnose bits. You probably can't see it too well, but it's a half circle, and this is the number 1431, and that's got a 3/16 radius with a 3/8 opening. Sometimes we fluctuate between radiuses and openings, and people will order the wrong bit thinking that they're getting one versus the other. I've thought about putting just the opening in the catalog, but then some people always speak in radiuses. So the gist of the story, and I ask most people, do you want to put a full half circle on a 3/8 thick material? If they say yes, this is the bit. You notice it has carbide on each side, so you could also use it as a bead forming bit on the edge of thumping. Okay, the next bit is a 1032. And the 1032 is a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch. If you measure the opening here, you see that's a 1/2 inch. And this one shows up a little better. The wax isn't as thick. And the next bit is a 1432A, and that has a 5/16 radius or a 5/8 opening. And the last bit is a 1433. That's the big one, and it's got a 3/4 opening here and a 3/8 radius. And that completes the 8-piece set, one of the more popular of Whiteside Machine Company.